Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone, my name is Riska Maulia Oktafiyani from English Education Study Program. Okay everyone, on this occasion I will tell you a short story entitled Malin Kundang. This story was published by Anggi Mardiana, editor by Agung on the 14th of September 2023. Long ago there was a widow named Mandirubaya who lived with her son named Malin Kundang. They live in the fishing village of Air Manis Beach, Padang, West Sumatra. Mandirubaya really loves her son and pampers Malin Kundang until he grew up to be a diligent and obedient child. When Mandirubaya was old, he could only work as a cake seller to provide for himself and his children. One day, her son was so sick that he almost died, but he was saved because of his mother's hard work when he was growing up. Malin Kundang asked his mother for permission to migrate to the city when there happened to be a large sick dog at Air Manis Beach. His mother had refused because she was afraid something would happen to her son and asked Malin to accompany his mother. Malin's request, who wanted to change in his fate by going abroad, but Malin reassured him while holding his mother's hand. He didn't want to waste the opportunity when the big ship that came once a year docked at the beach. In Malin Kundang's fairy tale, in the end Mandirubaya allowed Malin to go abroad while giving him 7 bags of rice wrapped in banana leaves for the trip. His mother reminded him to come back quickly while crying. Day after day, he always prayed for Malin Kundang. Every morning and evening, his mother always looked out to see while asking about her son's news from the ship's crew or captain who came to dock. But every time he asked, he never got an answer. Malin never left things or message for Ding's mother. For years, Mandirubaya kept asking questions but never got an answer until his body got older and his work started to bend. One day, Mandirubaya heard news from a captain that Malin had married the daughter of a rich nobleman. His mother groaned every night waiting for Malin to come home. He was sure that his son would come. Sure enough, a few days later, from a distance you could see a majestic and beautiful ship sailing towards the coast. You can see the ship coming in with a young couple standing on the bridge. The villagers began to gather and thought the ship belonged to a sultan of prince. They also welcomed the arriving ship happily, as did Mandirubaya. Mandirubaya hopes that her child will return home soon. When the ship docked, a young couple was seen sparkling in the sunlight. His face was brightly decorated with a smile because he was happy to be greeted with great fanfare. His heart pounded when he saw the young man on the ship and was very sure that the man was his son. Afraid of losing her child again, Mandirubaya hugged Malin while holding back sobs because she was happy and asked if the man was really her child. Malin Kundang was surprised to be hugged by his own mother, an old woman wearing tattered clothes. His wife did not believe that the old woman was Malin Kundang's mother. Before he could think or speak, his wife spat and said, "Is that ugly woman your mother?" Hearing his wife's heart, Malin pushed his mother to the ground and said, "Crazy woman, I'm not your son," he said harshly. Mandirubaya did not believe her son's behavior. She repeatedly said, "Malin, Malin, my son, I'm your mother's son. Why are you being like these kids?" Malin didn't care what his mother said and didn't want to admit it because he was embarrassed by his wife. Seeing Mandirubaya kneeling down to hug her legs, Malin actually kicked her mother and said harshly, "Hey crazy woman, my mother is not like you, poor and dirty." Mandirubaya fainted and lay alone. When Mandirubaya woke up, Air Manis beach deserted, seeing Malin's ship getting further away. He didn't think that the child he once loved would be so rude to him. His heart edged. He raised his hands to the sky and prayed with his sorrowful heart for justice while crying. Not long after, the weather in the middle of the clear sea turned dark. Heavy rain suddenly fell. Suddenly a big storm came hit Malin Kundang ship. Malin was extremely scared and didn't know what to do. Then a bolt of lightning thundered. At the time the ship was shattered into pieces and carried by the waves to the shore. In the morning, when the sun appeared and the storm had subsided, on the beach you could see pieces of the ship that had turned to stone. The ship is the Malin Kundang ship. Apart from that, a piece of stone resembling a human body was also found. The stone was the body of Malin Kundang, who had been cast into stone by his mother for being disobedient. Between the rocks, you can see anchovies, fish, and mackerel swimming around. It is said the fish came from the body parts of his wife who kept looking for Malin Kundang. Okay everyone, the next is the intrinsic elements for the story. The intrinsic elements in this story are theme, disobedience to parents' characters, Malin Kundang and his mother named Mandi Rubaya. Malin Kundang is the protagonist and antagonist, and his mother is kind and loving. The flow progresses. The setting is at Sweetwater Beach, day and night time, happy and sad atmosphere. Okay, the time I used to read this story was around 10 minutes. And the message from this story is don't be disobedient to your parents, especially your mother. Disobedient can to one's parents, especially one's mother, is disgraceful behavior and is strictly prohibited by religion. Remember that heaven is under mother's feet, therefore behave kindly and be gentle towards our mothers. Okay, enough for me. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.